Hello everybody, I'm Jonna, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back to another WIP Chat where I work on so many books, so little time. So grab your crafts, stuff, or whatever you're working on, and let's start this. Well, how was your week? I hope your week was a little better than mine. If I sound a little bit dumber than usual, they took out some wisdom. No, just kidding. I went to the dentist last Friday and yeah, as I said, they pulled out my wisdom tooth. And now my jaw's hurting like hell. Which, yeah. So, not fun. But today it's actually kinda okay. The Friday itself felt bad. Saturday and Sunday, well, it kind of felt like my jaw was, well, hit by a truck. I almost want to say. It didn't feel good. But I also didn't take any pain meds because, knowing me, I then start doing too much and yeah, then I'm even in bigger trouble. Because it was kind of hard to eat. Because, well, my jaw, the other side, or at least my tooth, were kind of sensitive. I also talked to the dentist about that, and now she gave me some special toothpaste so that I will brush with that, and it should at least give my teeth like a special coating so they aren't that sensitive anymore, or at least that's the plan. So hopefully that will work. And then I also need another toothpaste behind that to keep that protective layer, well, strong, I would like to say. So let's hope that that works, because yeah, I'm almost done with it. But yeah, that wasn't fun. But for the rest, there actually didn't happen that much last week. At least not that I can remember out of the top of my head now. So it probably isn't. At least nothing really special. With that being said, tomorrow, or when I upload this, then it will be yesterday. Thursday, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Let's mix up Tuesday and Thursday for one or the other reason. Probably because Thursday we translated call Thunder Day, which is in Dutch donderdag. So probably I'll mix it up because it doesn't have any thunder in it. So as I was saying, tomorrow, Tuesday the 23rd of March, is it then? We will be going to kind of like pre-celebrate our son's first birthday. We're going to get a photo shoot and a kick smash. That will be fun, hopefully at least. We'll have a superhero, or more specific, a Marvel themed photo shoot. So let's hope that it all turns out as we planned. And yeah, hopefully the kids have a good day, because, well, yeah, photo shoot with cranky kids isn't a good day. So hopefully in a couple of weeks I have the images, and I might even share some of the, well, setup pictures, I would like to say. The ones where the kids aren't too visible, because that's the thing, they're too small. And not saying that you guys are creepy, but there are a lot of creepy guys and women. Creepy persons. People. Persons? People? Yeah, people. There are enough creepy people in the world that, yeah. Not with their age, so. You might have the odd glimpse here or there, but nothing where you can recognize them. If you see them from the back, like a while ago I shown a picture of my daughter playing in mud puddles, that's fine, but I'm not going to place pictures that they are recognizable. But I might post at least some pictures of them, or at least of the setup of the Smash. And obviously I'll let you know how it went next week. But yeah, as I'm not having much to say, it would be a little bit boring if I'm just going to sit silent here and just diamond paint. So I did prepare a little something. Last week I asked you what you would like to know in Dutch, like animals or other words. And someone came up with the mermaid. So I picked out a few words that are more like mythical creatures. I have the mermaids, fairies, dragons, and unicorns. If you have followed me before and you have seen all of these WIP chats, you might remember that I already did dragons, but I thought with it fitting here, I'll just repeat that one more time. And if you have watched it, let me know down in the comments, did you still know it? Did you remember or didn't you? Because I would like to know if you guys remember the stuff that I say. Or if it's just one ear in and one ear out. So, without further ado, the first one is the mermaid. Well, the most commonly used version here actually translates to a sea mermaid. And that is in Submarine. And a merman, which then will be a sea merman, is in Submarine. But if you would only translate the mermaid part, which sometimes is used, then you would have just the simple mermaid, and it is in Mermin, or the merman in Merman. So as you might guess about it, the C is Z. So that's a word that has more than one translation, which obviously many words have, at least from my point of view. There are multiple words that are the same. And then we have the fairies, and those are feeën. So fairies are feeën. Then we have the dragons. If you have watched before and you've seen the part where I talk about the dragons, let me know. Have you remembered? If so, say it now. What is a dragon? If you said a draak of draken, then you were correct. A dragon is een draak. Dragons, like multiple, are draken. So if you said draak or draken, you were correct. You get some bragging points. You remembered. You know a few words of Dutch. And then the last one I had was unicorns. Because, well, they're kind of mythical and they're fun. So, unicorns are in Dutch eenhoorns. So that's one of the easy ones. If you speak Dutch, it is literally translated the same. So, yeah. Those are my 4 words for this week's Dutch lessons. Again, if you have suggestions which words you would like to hear, you can comment them down below. Otherwise, I'm next week going to think about something random, probably. Let's see. 11 minutes. Okay. Luckily for me, I prepared a little bit more. Well, last week I asked you guys also about random Dutch facts. Like I said about, for instance, the... Oh, what's the word again? Yeah, I had it just in my head. Speeding camera, that was the word. I almost forgot it. That's a Dutch invention and a lot of other stuff. So I just Googled some Dutch inventions that you probably didn't know, or at least most of them I didn't know. And I'm Dutch, so yeah. There are plenty more, so if you would like to know more, you can either Google them or say that you want to know more. Because yeah, I even learned new stuff about my own country, so yeah. If there are things you would like to know about the Netherlands, especially random facts, just let me know. I just Googled the list and there were like, I believe 10 things, 10, 11 things on them, but a few I covered last week, so, or they were like, nah, not quite as impressive to know. But there were some things that I was like, okay, didn't see that one coming. So these are all Dutch inventions, or basis of inventions, I almost want to say. But like most inventions, things get upgraded throughout the years. And there are a couple of things in there that, like for instance, I'm going to spoil one. The submarine is Dutch, but it kinda got forgotten, and yeah. I believe somewhere between World War I and World War II it was kind of like reinvented and upgraded. So, but the original one, I'm just going to bring that one up now because I spoiled it already. The submarine was invented in 1620 by a man called Cornelius Drebbel. The one he made and tested on, I believe it was the Thames, but I'm not quite sure. I forgot to write more information about that one. Sorry. But as I remembered correctly, he tested it and it could stay underwater or move around underwater for at least a whopping 5 meters. I don't know if that was the depth it got or if it was how far it went underwater. So you don't need to quote me on that, but at least the submarine is a Dutch invention. What I also didn't know was that the microscope was invented by the Dutch. It was invented in, let's see, 1595. Let's say the blueprint version of it was invented by the family Janssen. But the person that actually gets the most credit for it, he made like the upgraded version, and that one was the one that got really, well, popular, I want to say. That one was invented by Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. And that was the one that I believe is more like the ones we use today. So that actually is quite an old invention. Then another Dutch invention that I didn't know about was the stock market. Not the exchange per se, because the idea of a stock exchange, well, was there for a long time. In ancient times, they used things like it. But I mean actually more like the actual, well, buildings, I want to say. Like the places to go to for stock exchanges. Those are a Dutch invention, and the first stock exchanges were for the VOC, the, what is it, translated, United East Indian Company, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but, well, the whole trading thing with the ships. That one was the first of the stock exchanges that was, well, mostly, or at least in that stock exchange, that was the most, well, exchanged stock, I would want to say. Yeah, sometimes my brain thinks in English and says like, no, that isn't right. So I'm thinking in Dutch like how I want to say it, and then it even makes less sense. So I'm sorry if I'm not always the most, how would I want to say, straightforward with my word choices. So it might be that you need to puzzle a bit, but hey, it is my second language. Can't have anything. I'm trying at least. But yeah, sometimes, even in Dutch, the fun part is sometimes or at least me and my husband both, were like, I don't know the Dutch word. This is it in English. And we're like, oh, that. Yeah, what is the Dutch word actually? Good point. So yeah, most of the times it's okay. I know. But yeah, I thought it was quite interesting for like that the exchange buildings, I want to call them, that they are actually invented by the Dutch. Wouldn't have thought that. Just as the next one that I found, the modern rollable fire hose. Those are actually also invented by a Dutch guy. That was by Jan van der Heijden. he actually invented more of the firefighter systems. Also, I believe invented like a pump to, well, pump the water. So he invented quite a lot of, well, firefighter related items. So if you are a firefighter or know one, you might have known, but I for sure didn't. But I also didn't know that the cassette tape was invented by the Dutch. It was invented by a company called Philips in, what was it, 1962. And Philips, in cooperation with Sony, they also invented the CDs. And that was in 1983. So for like music and stuff, we're set. We have some inventions. Well, on note of sound, we also invented the Bluetooth, which I thought was pretty funny. It was invented in 1994 by Jaap Haartse. He worked for the company Ericsson and, well, yeah, they invented it. And the Bluetooth is, the name was actually the name from the project, which they gave, well, the project working on the Bluetooth. And because they didn't have any other suggestions for a name, it also became the name for the final product. And how they got on to the name of Bluetooth, it actually was a Viking king. In Dutch we call him Harald Blauwtand. So Harald Bluetooth. Literally. He was apparently the Viking king that brought Christianity to Scandinavia. So, not a small figure. Oh yeah. I thought it was kind of fun that they called a project for like, well, what we now call the Bluetooth after a Viking king. I thought that was funny. And yeah, the last one that I have for now, at least, is the Wi-Fi. That apparently is also an invention of the Dutch. It was invented in 1979 by Victor Hayes. Hayes? Something like that. If I see something standing, I many times just make a name out of it, which probably isn't what it should be. So yeah. So yeah, did you know any of these inventions were Dutch? I actually didn't. And if you are not as me from the Netherlands, or even if you are, what are inventions that are made in your country that almost no one knows are from your country? That most people think, for one or the other reason, that they are actually made by another country. So let's just see how long I have been rambling on for. 25 minutes. That's not too bad. Could be worse. So, yeah. I think that's all for today. Well, actually, there did something odd and funny happen. If you know, well, if you watched my WIP chats before, you might know that we had a feeding bowl for our cats. We ordered it, the microchip pet feeder. We ordered it and never got it from the company, and then, well, obviously went like, okay, we don't need it. We just want our money back. Well, Thursday night, I got an email notification saying that at least a notification by the postal service, like, hey, we have your package, it's out for delivery tomorrow. I was like, oh, great, because I actually was expecting some stuff. I was like, oh, that's quick, fun. Then I looked at it better, and it said that it was from the store where we got our microchip feeders from. We're like, wait, what? Did they make a box for us as like a sorry, an apology box or something? Because, well, we didn't order anything. Or did they find our feeders somewhere in a corner in the storage facility and we're like, oh right, that's true, this needed to be sent out like a month ago, let's send it out now, without looking up if there's any issue with it. And when we Friday got it, we were like, okay, let's just wait and see. And when we got it Friday, sure enough, it was the feeder. So yeah, we're like a bit like, wait, what did just happen? How did they make such a big F up? Because, well, yeah, they aren't feeding bowls for 10 euros, so you can understand if I say that we're like, yeah, what to do with it? Because if you call customer service like, hey, what should we do with it? Obviously, they are going to say send it back. But at the same time, we were like, hey, it's there. F up. As long as they don't ask for it, we'll keep it. So we're like, yeah, what to do with it? Did you ever have something like this happen to you? What did you do? Because we're still like, yeah, what to do with it? Because it actually really should come in handy. Because, well, yeah, the skinny cat actually can use a feeding bowl more, because the one we have for her now is in the living room and she is spending some time upstairs and spending some time downstairs. So it would be easy if she has another feeding bowl somewhere, because she can handle a little extra food, because she's even losing weight a bit now. So yeah, we're like, yeah, what to do with it? But I think for now we are just going to wait a little while. See if they are going to message us like, hey, you know what, we sent you something and it was a little bit of a mistake, could you please send it back? And otherwise, we might keep it, or we might change our mind. I don't know yet. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? What should we do? Because if it was a thing of like a couple of euros, it was a no-brainer. It was like, your mistake, not ours. Great, it's ours. But yeah, once we filed like a complaint with them for like, hey, where is it? They actually opened like a new order for when it, so that it needed to go in, and we think that once they opened the new order, they didn't close the old one, and when the thing got back in stock, they sent it out anyway. We think that's where it went wrong, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it's funny and weird and crazy and kind of frightening, because, well, we don't want them to have it like in a couple of months, like, hey, you had something from us, pay up. So it's kind of frightening at the same time, but at the same time, like, yeah, they made a mistake. It's their fault, not ours. But yeah. So that's funny. For a lack of a better word for it. Funny. Yeah, I guess that will be it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful week. A little bit of luck, I can next week maybe show you a picture of how tomorrow went with like the photo shoot. But it can be that it's like a week after that. At least I'll give you an update on how it went. If we at least got some fun pictures out of it, or if he's just like, nope, I don't want to know what that is, and I don't want to get dirty, or if he's all over it. It will be fun. We did something similar with our daughter, and she got a melon smash. So, yeah. She stuffed her face with melon. He can stuff his face with cake. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have it filled with lots of fun things. And I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, well, you know the drill. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.